If you work on public-private partnerships, as sponsor, advisor, public authority or lender, you already know the scope of this model. A PPP isn't a DCF. There's a payment mechanism to structure, a public sector comparator to beat, a value-for-money case to defend, a risk matrix to allocate, and a 60-period waterfall that runs longer than most concessions ever do. This is what a proper PPP model looks like. PSC, concession structure, revenue forecast, lifecycle capex, debt waterfall, VFM analysis, risk matrix. All in one file. Let me walk you through it. Every sheet is open. No locked logic. Which matters because a PPP model gets reviewed by the public authority, the sponsors, the lenders' technical advisors, and the VFM auditor. None can accept a black box. One dropdown runs base, upside, downside. I flip it, and every revenue line, every debt service, every return, every VFM metric updates at once. Every parameter on one tab. Construction period, concession tenor, payment mechanism, availability versus demand, indexation, deductions, lifecycle capex, debt terms, equity hurdle. Parameterized for any infrastructure class. Roads, hospitals, social housing, schools, custodial, waste. Not hard-coded. Not simplified to fit a template. And the mechanism type selector right at the top. So availability versus demand drives the right revenue build automatically. The public sector comparator. What it would cost the public sector to deliver the project itself, capex, opex, finance, retained risk premium. Summed to an NPV that's the hurdle the PPP has to beat. Right next to it, the concession structure. Unitary charge build, availability component, volume component, performance adjustment. Deductions regime, benchmarking and market testing where applicable. Because this is the commercial tension every PPP has. Is the private option actually better for the taxpayer? The model lets you demonstrate it. Revenue over 60 periods, availability payments, indexed, performance deductions tracked by KPI, demand-linked revenue where applicable with ramp-up and risk-adjusted forecasts, lifecycle capex on the next tab. The thing that trips up operators who treat the asset as static. Major maintenance events, phased at their correct intervals. Reserve fund accruals. If your lifecycle calibration is wrong, your DSCR years 15 to 20 falls apart. The model tracks it properly. The cash flows. Revenue in at the top. Operating costs, lifecycle capex, major maintenance, out. Taxes equals CFADS. Then the debt service waterfall. Senior first. Interest, amortization, prepayments, sweep if applicable. Subordinated next. Reserve account funding. Then distribution to equity, if lockup tests pass. Value for money analysis. PPP NPV versus PSC NPV with risk transfer quantification. Competitive neutrality applied. The one number the VFM auditor is going to challenge. Alongside it, the risk allocation matrix. Every project risk, design, construction, operation, demand, inflation, regulatory change, residual value, allocated to the party best able to manage it, priced into the model where appropriate. And the returns tab. Equity IRR, DSCR minimum and average, LLCR, PLCR. The numbers a lender's credit committee approves against. Two-way sensitivity. Demand growth against deduction rate. Construction overrun against debt sizing. What moves VFM against the PSC? What tightens DSCR below covenant? Live in a public tender. The integrity layer. Unitary charge components sum correctly. Deductions tie to KPI definitions. Debt service matches the debt schedule. Waterfall reconciles to equity returns. VFM delta consistent with the PSC. If any fails, master cell goes red. Honestly, PPP modeling is a specialist discipline, and most off-the-shelf templates don't get it right. Use this instead. Proper concession structure. Lifecycle built in. PSC and VFM alongside. It's on sfsmodels.com under PPP. Thanks for watching.